It was like 4 a.m. when I woke up in my house in a quiet Miami suburb to this really weird noise. The rain was slamming against my window, and the thunder was rumbling in the distance, making the whole neighborhood feel super gloomy and eerie. I got out of bed and went towards the window out of curiosity. The entire street was pitch black, except for my neighbor's basement window, Mr. Nate. His window was glowing with a dim, hazy, yellow light. What on earth is a man doing awake at 4 in the morning? I thought to myself. Maybe he was working on one of his wood carvings, since he's big into carpentry. Honestly, he was the nicest guy in the neighborhood. He spent most of his evenings coaching his nephews and the local kids in baseball. No one seemed safer or kinder than him. I was just about to go back to bed, but right before I turned away, a faint sound cut through the noise of the rain. It sounded like a muffled scream. I completely froze. A few seconds passed, and then I heard it again. This time, it was a little clearer, and it sounded so full of pain and pure terror that I was instantly wide awake. I could have called the cops. Honestly, I should have, but my curiosity totally overrode my logic. I threw on my coat real quick, ran out into the pouring rain, and snuck through the muddy yard until I reached the basement window at ground level. I leaned down carefully and peeked through the dirty glass. Inside, Mr. Nate's basement was filled with this dim, blurry yellow light, and right in the middle of the room, there was a cold metal table. Lying on top of it was a body, wrapped tightly in heavy, clear plastic. I held my breath. I thought I had just uncovered some horrible secret. Mr. Nate wasn't the sweet guy we all thought he was. He was standing behind the table, wearing a dark coat, and all that kindness I usually saw on the baseball field was completely gone from his face. He was just stone-faced, super focused, with this terrifying look of determination in his eyes. He raised his right arm high, gripping a long, sharp dagger, getting ready to stab down with all his force. My hands started shaking violently. I quickly pulled my phone out of my coat pocket. If this was actually happening, I needed proof. I opened the camera, pointed it at the window, and hit the shutter button. And right at that exact second, the flash went off. My heart completely dropped to my stomach. I'd forgotten to turn the automatic flash off. I looked up at the window immediately. Mr. Nate was staring at me. But the thing on the table, it was looking at me too. And that was the moment I realized that that thing wasn't human. It looked like a woman. Messy red hair, a pale face covered in heavy makeup. But something about its anatomy was deeply, horribly wrong. Its eyes were locked onto me with this hungry, starving look, like I was a meal it had been waiting for. Just looking at me seemed to trigger this insane, uncontrollable craving in it, and the smile on its face. It wasn't human at all. It was this creepy, mocking smile that stretched way too wide, wider than any human face possibly could. I felt the blood completely drain from my face. But then, Mr. Nate's expression changed. He wasn't mad that he got caught, and he didn't look scared for himself. He looked utterly terrified. He started frantically mouthing words to me, but I couldn't hear him over the pouring rain. His lips were moving perfectly clear though. Don't move. I froze right where I was. My fingers started going numb, and all I could hear was the rain crashing down around me. I didn't dare move my head. Didn't even dare to take a deep breath. And then I felt a freezing, icy breath against my neck. Maybe Mr. Nate wasn't the real monster, after all.